Alright, well, here we are in Aljibe. I can't see a thing because the sun's in my eyes. Come along for the ride today. Let me show you what I've got.
Okay, what can we expect in the video? What's going to happen? Well, first of all, after this, you're going to see the questions. Now, you can screenshot the questions, you can write them down, you can refer back to them, and then you're going to watch the video. And then during the video, I will be giving some explanations, to build some grammar, some vocabulary, some set phrases. And it's a mix of A2, B1, B2, and C1. So beginner, intermediate, and advanced level. It's all together. And then there will be some answers and some more explanations at the end. I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so now for the questions. We'll start with beginner and intermediate level, which is A2 and B1. First question. What have I got on my head? So look at the video. What am I wearing? What am I wearing on my eyes? Look up the meaning of sieve in a dictionary or a translator. Look up the meaning of puncture. What have I noticed? Where is olive oil produced? What color is the train? And where was the iron ore transported to? Okay, and the next question. What can you send to my email? How long did I speak to the woman for? What is the temperature of the water? What is grown near El Aljibe? When was the first time I went to El Aljibe? And now questions for the upper intermediate and the advanced level people, B2 and C1. What did the old woman say that she used to do? Remember, in the question, we don't use the D. What did she tell me used to happen? What did I say I had done there in the past? Until when was the old mill in use? How long had it been since I had been there? Okay, at the end of the video, I will give you the answers and I'll do some more explaining. Good luck, everybody.
Right, well then, something that came up in class yesterday, in my B2 class, Albro asked me about a struggle. We're kind of saying that it was kind of a mental thing, something that's in your mind rather than physical. However, this morning, the wind has been blowing in my face. I've had a headwind and it's been a bit of a struggle. So I suppose a struggle then can also be a physical thing as the sun comes up over my shoulder. Alright, who likes my Ireland hat?
Okay, so let's have a little focus on this struggle. What does it mean? Well, to struggle means that we try hard to overcome something that is difficult. Um, I'm struggling with my homework. I'm struggling with this project I have to do at work. Also, people can struggle with an addiction, or you can struggle with your mental health. And I know I said it in class to Albro, I said, oh, it's not really a physical thing, a struggle, but it can be. And you can have an armed struggle. So when, people are fighting with weapons, that's an armed struggle. Okay? And here's a little phrase that we can use in English. The struggle is real. We usually use it as a joke. It's not something serious. Or for example, if I have one blue sock and one black sock, So that's a little annoying thing. Oof, the struggle is real. My socks don't match. Oof.
I've noticed that over half my views, not that I've had that many, but anyway, the few that I've had, half of them have been, or more than half of them have been from outside Spain. So I thought as I was passing the Almanzara, or olive mill, here in Ticola, that's Ticola, the town of Ticola, village of Ticola in the background, that's where even olive oil is produced. It's a little factory. You bring your olives, they load them onto the conveyor belt, they put them in, and it gets pressed and it becomes olive oil. The smell is something that you probably have to experience at least once in your life. It's a strange smell. Well, there you go, olive factory, Ticola, and in the background at the top, my favourite place, La Ticola Bacanes. And we're still on the Via Verde, and we're about to come into the station of Ticola, where I'm going to show you something else.
Well, that was the Almathara in Ticola, or olive factory, or olive mill. Olive mill I would prefer to use, even though I use both in the video. I've just said both, haven't I? Well, here's a fun fact. I suppose most of you know this, but the first fun fact is, did you know this? That Spain is the biggest producer of olive oil in the world. The majority of the olive oil that is produced, passive, is with the participle, is produced in Spain. Did you also know that 30% of the world's olive oil is produced, again passive, is produced in Spain, and 41% of the European Union olive oil production is produced by Spain or in Spain. Fun fact.
Right, and we've got some train tracks, and the train tracks lead to a train. This train, I think, if I'm not mistaken, was used to transport the iron ore from the mountains up there in Serón down to the ships to be transported in Almería City, to be transported to Scotland and Liverpool to be used in shipbuilding. There's the station of Ticola, and there's a roundabout, bit of A2 vocabulary, a roundabout where the cars go around. Okay, and we are on, luckily, the Via Verde is very good. It gives us kilometre signs. So the KM20 here means that I am 20 kilometres from the station at Ijate, which is near enough where we're going today. And we're going to carry on the Via Verde. On the Via Verde, they still have there's a water tower up there, and they have lots of the old signs for the trains. There's the station at Ticola, which is now a cafeteria or bar, which is very nice as well. All right, let's move on. Right, well, here we are in the station of Serón, long abandoned on the Via Verde. I have a mind like a sieve. A mind like a sieve means I keep forgetting things. A sieve is what we use when we put flour into something. Keep forgetting. What I mean to do, I keep meaning to say that I think in my B1 class last night, Alejandro, Carmela and Lucia said that they wanted to send me things as if they were practicing for the Trinity exam, and they were going to send them to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new email account, probably on Your Bike English, where you can send me, anyone can send me their thoughts or what they think I should do, or any grammar problems or vocabulary that they have. They can send me the questions there. So what Alejandro, Carmela and Lucia were talking about was that they wanted to send me facts from the video as if they were doing a Trinity listening exam. So that's no problem, please do. And look at that old woman, looks like she's getting some lavender. She's having the smell of it. Very nice. Okay then, to move on.
Right, let's have a little focus on what I just said there. Have a mind like a sieve. To have a mind like a sieve means that you are very forgetful. One of the questions I've put at the start of the video is look up in your dictionary what a sieve is, or in your dictionary on the translator, or whatever you're going to use. What is a sieve? I explained a sieve really is something that's used in a lot of it in some different places, but mostly for cooking, for flour. And you put the flour into this metal thing with holes in it, and the flour comes out softly. But look it up. And to have a mind like a sieve means that you are very forgetful. Okay, now we're going to have a little focus on some advanced language, B2, C1 level. Something that you can use, make yourself sound good. It's keep plus ing. Something that is continuing to happen and it hasn't finished yet. So in the video, I'm saying I keep meaning to. Okay, so it's something that's continuing to happen, but it hasn't finished. Here's some examples. I keep meaning to tell you. So I keep meaning to tell you means I keep forgetting to tell you. So it's very easy. It's keep plus the ing, the gerund. We can use it in the past. He kept trying to eat my chips. Terrible person. Kept is the keep in the past, and then try plus ing. He kept trying to eat my chips. So maybe he was successful, maybe he wasn't, but I'm focusing on the action of what he was trying to do. He kept trying to distract me. Okay, hopefully that's useful. So, as I said just now in the video, I'm going to set up an email address, and here it is. onyourbikeenglish@gmail.com. Be careful with bike and English, as there's an E at the end of a bike and an E at the start of English, so two E's together. On this, I'm going to put a link in the description as well, so I'll put the email in the description. Here you can send me any questions you have, if you want to do Trinity style answers where you're reporting some facts from the text. If you've got any doubts about something, you can send it to me. Is there something you would like me to discuss in one of the future videos? Just send me an email and I'll see what I can do to help you. Okay, so it'll be in the description, but it's also onyourbikeenglish@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.
There she is, the old woman. I ended up having a 5-minute chat with her, and she's telling me about how she used to go cycling along this route and how she used to always get punctures in her tyres. And then she said to her husband that she was never going to go cycling on there again. Lovely old woman. Here in Ceron, they have a little observatory. We're going to do, well, I'm thinking about doing a whole video about each and every town in the area and the history of them. But that's a curious thing. The lovely old woman. She's nothing better to do. She's wandering around having fun. She had a lovely smile. Right, well, this is where we leave the Via Verde and head for Aljibe. There's Fuencaliente, I suppose in English, hot springs. And there's the Via Verde. Filabre is the mountains. And we're going to go down the hill. The bottom of the hill we turn right. And we go along the Rambla de Ramil for about 500 meters, I think. And then we are in Aljibe. I can't pronounce it. Well, this is the famous Aljibe. It's a natural spring. Water comes up out of the ground over there somewhere. And it's a constant 27 degrees. Look how clear the water is. It's deep, but not very deep. Some of my students, Juanje, I think, and Diego, told me last night that they had swam here in the past. I also have. It's a bit too chilly today to go into it. Right, these were made, these here are called acequias. And what they are, they were made in the Arabic times and the Muslim times of the Nathari dynasty, and they take the water to the fields to water the plants. Here we can see the water channels. That's from the water we just saw a moment ago, and it brings the water to the fields around this area. According to the lovely woman I spoke to yesterday in the town hall in Serron, they have olive trees, almond trees, and some cereal. Don't know which cereal they grow here, but they grow cereal. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that is the ruin, or they are the ruins of a mill that used to be here up until the 1940s, I think, but I'm not sure. I could very be wrong. Could very well be wrong. I haven't been here for about 2 years. The first time I came was about 11 years ago. I love it here. It really is lovely. Right, what food did I bring today? Okay, well, I brought 2 bread rolls, one of which I've already eaten most of, with ham and cheese, boiled ham, which in Spain is called jamón York, but in English is ham or boiled ham, an apple, and my ubiquitous flask of coffee. And on the side of my flask, I've just noticed it says, "Life is a journey to be experienced." I like that. Life is a journey to be experienced. So, 2 bread rolls with ham and cheese and an apple. Today I'm being healthy, more or less.
Okay, now we're going to have a comparison of 2 rides. The first one I did, the one that says morning bike ride, is one I did on the 17th of July 2023, and the second one, which says Aljibe, is the one I did on the 10th of January 2025. So let's have a look at the comparisons. The distance in 2023 was 77.73 kilometers, and in the 10th of January I did 78.64. The moving time in the 2023 one, morning bike ride, was 4 hours 19 minutes and 35 seconds, whereas the January one this year was 4 hours 43 minutes and 24 seconds. I don't know how I managed to go 1 meter higher, but in the July one, 2023, I had a max elevation of 849, and in January 2025, I had 848. And my average speed was 18 kilometers an hour in the July one, 2023, and on the 10th of January 2025, it was 16.7. However, I was faster in January. I had a max speed of 50 kilometers an hour, whereas in 2023, my maximum speed was 40 kilometers an hour. So let's have a look. I had a shorter time in 2023 with 4 hours and 19 seconds. I had a longer bike ride in 2025 on the 10th of January, as it was 78.64 kilometers. I was slower in January 2025 as my average speed was 16.7. However, I had the fastest speed was also in January 2025 with 50 kilometers an hour. Okay. Okay, here we're going to have a little focus on the past perfect. Are you struggling to understand the past perfect? Well, this is just a small thing that came up in the video, and let's see, well, in the process. So, before I went on the bike ride, I did some research. I phoned a woman in the town hall of Serron to ask some questions. However, when I recorded the video, It was very, very windy. It was about 20 kilometers an hour, the wind, which affected the sound, and I didn't realize it. So when I was looking at the video to use it, it was impossible because the wind, you can't hear what I'm saying. So let's look at what's happened and how the past perfect ties into the timeline. So now, in this present moment, I can't use the video. In the past, I recorded the video. But before I recorded the video, which is the past of the past, I had done research before I recorded the video. So the past perfect is basically the past of the past. We need a time in the past and we go behind that. And how do we form it? We have had and the participle. So I had done, I had played with a regular verb. I had eaten, or I had never eaten snails before I came to Spain, which is true. The first time I came to Spain, I ate snails. So I had never eaten with a negative. Okay, so that is the past perfect, the past of the past. So we need something in the past, and then we go back one, and it's had with the participle. I hope that's helpful. Okay, and now for the answers. Let's see how you've all done. Number one, what have I got on my head? You have a hat on your head. Two, what am I wearing on my eyes? You were wearing glasses. Okay, so wearing, am I wearing present continuous? And I answer with the past continuous, were wearing. Three, look up the meaning of sieve. So use a dictionary, that's what you've done, and a puncture, that's your business. Five, what have I noticed? You have noticed that I have noticed that over half my views are from outside Spain. Okay, have or has with the participle is the present perfect. Six, where is olive oil produced? It is produced in an olive mill or an olive factory. Seven, what color is the train? The train is green, yellow, and black. And eight, where was the iron ore transported to? It was transported to Scotland and Liverpool. I made a mistake in the video. I said it was transported from Almeria City, but it wasn't. It was transported from Aguilas, which is near here. Question 9. What can you send to my email? You can send any questions, any doubts, any Trinity style answers, any suggestions, etc. to the email. How long did I speak to the old woman for, or to the woman for? You spoke to her for 5 minutes. Okay, so speak in the present, spoke in the past. What is the temperature of the water? It's 27 degrees Celsius, not Fahrenheit. That would be very cold. 12. What is grown near Aljibe? There are olive trees, almond trees, and cereals grown near Aljibe. And 13. When was the first time I went to Aljibe? The first time you went was 10 years ago, or you went there 10 years ago. Okay, and now for the upper intermediate and advanced level. What did the old woman say that she used to do? She used to ride her bike. So used to in the question and a negative, and then with the D in the affirmative. What did she tell me used to happen? She used to always get punctures. What did I say that I had done there in the past? You said that you had swum there. Okay, so there's the past perfect, which we've discussed in the video. That's another example of it. 4. Until when was the old mill in use? It was in use up until the 1940s. Up until. It's a nice little phrase to use. And the last one, 5. How long had it been since I had been there? It had been about two years since you were last there. Again, the past perfect. I hope that you were okay with all these questions and answers.
Well, that's the end of my second video. I think I've made some progress. I'm learning a lot very quickly. Certainly about trying to keep the camera steady, which is going to be my next trick for my next video. I've got something new. Um, well, I hope you managed to get something from this video, that you've managed to learn something, and that it wasn't too much of a struggle. Let's hope I can make these videos a bit better in the future. Thanks for watching. Remember, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.